early morning. I'm in a little later than usual, but I'm in. Okay. Let me add a little bit more juice so that you can hear me a little bit better. Yes. There we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope this Tuesday did not in any way, shape, or form keep you down. Okay. I hope that you had a great, amazing Tuesday and that it was profitable to you. Okay. Today, on this Tuesday, I had this thought to share. Oh, damn, look at that. Like, the background looks way better than I intended it to. I'm sorry. Um, I was saying how this Tuesday I'd like to share a thought with you on this, we'll call it Thought Tuesday. As I was mentioning yesterday, I'm looking to formalize these interactions a little bit more. I want to share thoughts on Tuesday, and today the thought is trust yourself. That's uh, that's that's preaching to the choir here. That's what it feels like, preaching to the choir. Trust yourself. Something that I myself struggle with, this trusting of self, because so often we get so caught up in the idea of what we think we should be, and the idea of what we think good work looks like, or what we think valuable work looks like, and lose track of just how much value we're adding. I saw a piece of content today that laid out the odds that it took for me to exist. 12 generations over 400 years. It multiplies over because you need two parents for you to exist, as if that's not hard enough, especially in the social climate that we exist in, and the sorts of relationships that we are trying and having to navigate through these days. It is pretty difficult. I'm just gonna add a little bit more juice for you here. Yeah, I call it juice. I call it juice for some reason. It just feels right. Okay, I was born in the wrong era, so you'll have to forgive some of these out of place thoughts and phrases that I throw out there. Okay, but back to the thought of there needing to be two parents for you to be born, and two parents for them, which means four grandparents. Two parents for each of them, which means four grandparents. And then that's two parents for each of your four grandparents, which multiplies to, don't laugh at my math, but I'm believing that must be eight. Oh my god, has my math really deteriorated that bad? Like, my math is off the charts horrible right now. I'm going to punish myself by doing so much trigonometry this week and getting my brain back to scratch. But point being that the odds multiply out so far that the number, I believe, was 4,000 and a certain other number. Okay, that's how many people over 400 years it took, and 400 years and 12 generations to make you possible. So the the odds that your existence came against is just I don't even have a word for it. They are unspeakably large, right? So you exist for a reason. I know you hear this so much, but you exist for a very, very necessary reason. Okay? Against so many odds, right? So the odds that you're facing right now are actually far lighter than the odds that you faced in coming to existence. And in such fashion, the odds that you're facing today should not in any way hinder you from getting up and just starting, and just putting one foot in front of the other. Just imagine it. One grandparent decides to be for the streets and you don't exist. Just imagine that, right? It just one love letter not being written and you don't exist. And you're sitting here doubting yourself. I'm preaching to the choir once again. I'm genuinely preaching to the choir. Trust yourself. Really trust in your abilities. Trust in your perception. Trust in your ideas. Trust in your value. More especially that, again, preaching to the choir here. This probably means more to me than it means to many other people, but I'm pretty sure there's some people who will gain some worth from this idea. That's my Tuesday thought for you here. And you know, I love and would love to continue to keep these as short as possible, except for the instances that we have guests on here. Some changes are going to be rolled out here over time, and communication will be sent out with ample runway. Yeah, I am going to just leave the back end of these for information about upcoming events, like our guest speaker who's going to be coming on pretty soon. Still navigating the schedule differences that we have, but I am truly, like, beyond words excited to have this person come on and just share their worldview and offend a few people, okay? But not necessarily for the sake of causing controversy, but more for the sake of having the conversation begin, right? And having each person take responsibility for their honesty and do so in a vulnerable way. So I'm really looking forward to that conversation. Had a read of his book, and honestly, I'm blown away by the potential that conversation holds in pushing society forward. And so I can't wait to have that conversation. It's been good checking in here with you. I am going to explore a time sooner than this, to address these or have these lives, so that many more people will be able to join these in more prompt fashion and not have to watch after the fact and all of that. So yeah, these are my thoughts for today, and I do really appreciate you tuning in. If you've tuned in up to this point, I've kept it under Okay, not under 10 minutes anymore if I hadn't rambled on with this outro of mine, but I've kept it under 11 minutes. Okay, so that was for you. I was doing you a favor. I kept it concise, I kept it to the point, and I hope that it was impactful, and I hope that you drew some value out of it, because that's the key thing that I would like this to provide. It's that value add. It's important to me. um anyway, please do have a splendid wig splitting Wednesday, and I hope wonders. And what other W words can I draw up? And oh my god. Oh, not wizardry. Wow, wizardry is a bad word actually. Well, I guess I owe you. I owe you a W word that should fit in there. But I appreciate you checking in here, and I appreciate you listening in. Please do have a great rest of your week, and I will definitely see you in the next one.